Hey family, how you guys doing? Welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. I hope you guys are good. Yeah. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, if there's any negativity, if there's any hate, please do keep that on your side of the street, okay? Won't be acknowledged. So, family, in this video, I'm being guided by Spirit to delve a little bit into us taking some time to think about calling in and aligning to, us calling in and aligning to the things that we need as opposed to the things that we want, right? What do you mean, Phie? So, you're programmed, right? We're programmed to want to be needed. We're programmed to want to be accepted. We're programmed to want to belong. And we're programmed to want to feel superior to the next person that may be existing in our environment, right? Now, whether you want to believe it, admit it, see it in yourself, is whoosh to me, okay? Either you can digest it and admit it to yourself, or you don't. It is what it is. And we're programmed to neglect what we need. We're programmed to look away from what we need. Programmed to be afraid of what we need. And when it comes to the topic of aligning ourselves to the person that we need, as opposed to a person that we want, right? We start finding ourselves in conflict with the universe. We find ourselves working against ourselves because everything that we want is what we've been programmed by the system to want. And everything and whoever it is, everything or whoever it is that we need is brought to us by the universe, is brought to us by the divine, and is aligned to us to come in at specific times in our lives. Now, if I go too deep into it, then we'll start talking about things like soul contracts and, soulmates, and depending on what you believe in, because other people are very much into believing soulmates are a romantic thing, and soulmates are an array of things, right, that are to our benefit and our growth throughout whatever specific lifetime we're moving through. And again, depending on your school of thought, a soulmate is someone that you either have a soul contract with, or someone that you've agreed to come into this lifetime with and share some sort of experience, or provide one another with an experience, or help one another, awaken or trigger into something or grow into something. The list goes on and on. Soulmate experiences, they're vast, okay, and they have different purposes in assisting us in shaping ourselves, our souls, and awakening and growing into and out of different aspects of ourselves, and also playing a part at specific points and times in our lives in providing us an experience that we need to either fill a gap, or to either, expand or build something, co-create something. Our universe and our lifetime is way more than us just being born one day and dying. As I've said before, it's bigger than just the physical. And that's what, over time now, as Earth is ascending and our energies are moving up, people are going to start being able to be more aware and conscious of a lot more than what they've been able to only perceive, right, over the last however many years of the last lifetimes. Things are changing, things are shifting, and we're going to be able to understand and be open to a lot more than what was previously available to us. And that's all because of things that are changing and happening on the inside, and things beginning to move into their rightful place. But of course, that does come with a little bit of stress, that comes with a bit of chaos, that requires a bit of shedding, right? And shedding in its different ways and shapes and forms, and for each individual that will play out and manifest in its own way. But let me get back on track. So, with all of that being said, when it comes to us aligning to and calling in or drawing in somebody that we need as opposed to someone we want, which generally the person we want as well is based off of our insecurities, based off of our fears of not being acceptable to the environment or the community or society we exist within on the outside, right? Now, if you can become aware and cognizant of that and, drop your ego enough and humble yourself inside enough to recognize where that dynamic is applicable to you, then you're going to be able to make a change and recognize maybe where you've been misaligned with the kinds of people you've been attracted to or have drawn in, right? Or how you've been attracting people in and aligning yourself to certain things and experiences on the outside, what you've been valuing, right? Or what you haven't been paying value to. Then you take the time to really introspect and ask yourself, well, what is it that I need? Am I aligning to people that I need, or am I aligning to people that I want? Am I aligning to people who soothe my fears, or am I aligning to people who actually challenge me and grow me as a person by simply just being who they are and existing in their own true natural state within my experience of them? That's why it's necessary for us to need people, or to not to need people, but to have people, when we do have people in our environment who are secure enough in themselves to just be who they are with you. Because what you need out of them is the experience of who they are in their own true natural state, right? And what the universe needs us to now, shift into and move our awareness and the way we conduct ourselves and the way we interpret our world and the way we choose to judge people and process the way we how do I say, the universe needs us, the divine needs us to readjust the way we choose to process certain people and what we're attracted to and who we attract in on the outside. Shift our perspective to, they say, it's in them, it's not on them, okay? You're only gonna know if you need what is inside somebody by taking the time to understand them and value what actually someone possesses on the inside. What's coming out of them? Stop making your judgments and making your life plans based on what you see on somebody or how they satisfy your fears and your insecurities with regards to how you're going to belong or be accepted by the outside in your environment. We've got our masculine and we have our feminine. Our masculines are designed to master the physical world, right? And our feminines are designed to master the spiritual side of things. Women are more intuitive than men are. Men have intuition, yes they do. And some men definitely are more intuitive than other women, but it's all based on our makeups and, the specific energy that we're born into, the specific lifetime and world too, right? But again, that's a whole other video. So throughout your lifetime, if you're a masculine, you're going to go through experiences in life that help you align and master your physical world. And as a woman, you're going to go through things in your lifetime that are going to help you master yourself connecting spiritually and intuitively. And once you've reached a point where later in your life, you've gone through your lessons, you've gone through your trials and your tribulations, you've developed yourself, you've learned what it is, how to maneuver yourself spiritually, how to maneuver and work the physical world. At that point, the universe brings people who align with one another together. And then you have a masculine who is able to support the feminine in the physical world, a feminine who's able to support the masculine spiritually and intuitively as well. And together they become a unit who maneuvers through the physical and the spiritual world together. They need one another. Now the system confoculates everything. Okay, they twist it all around, they invert it, they mash it all up, they pollute your minds with our minds, okay, with all kinds of things that move us away from the basics of everything that we should be living by, and that is available for us to actually find our path and grow into our own expansion and meet with the souls and the people that we're supposed to meet with along our way. But the more you're plagued and you're programmed by the things of the system that keep you away from all of these things that align to our purpose and our experience and our reason for being here, the harder it is for us to actually, work through our lifetimes the way we've been designed to, the way our experience is designed to help grow us as a soul and transform from a spirit into a mature soul. Again, this is something that will be based on your school of thought. So where can you introspect and take the time to recognize where you've been judging the feminine, judging the masculine based off of what is on them and not in them? When the time is right, the universe will bring you and align you to your masculine. The universe will bring you and align you to your feminine. But the deeper and more wrapped up you are into the things of the system and the programming and the fears and the insecurities, the universe can be over there working on your feminine, working on her inner man, and with you also working on your inner man, taking you through the experiences that you need to go through. But you become delayed, then the feminine is working on herself and she's moving forward, and the masculine's falling behind because he's wrapped up in all the carnal things, all the material, all the distractions. She comes along and she's exactly what he needs. Whatever she has going on the inside of her is exactly what he needs and is perfectly aligned to support him and help elevate him, and him as well, protect her, help elevate her and help move her as well through the physical realm that he's mastered and he's been equipped, right? He's been equipped to also move through, and they work as something that supports one another. But the system has literally, programmed the masculine and the feminine to start repelling one another, to start fearing one another, to see one another as a threat, to judge one another on the superficialities of life. And it's not even just judging, but also to devalue one another, to tear one another down. And these are some of the things that the universe now and the divine is, actively working to try and bring back into balance, bring back into alignment. Because you find a whole lot of, there's a whole lot of feminines who are ready, who have been working on themselves, who have been growing, who have been coming into alignment. But the problem then, on the other side, is we have masculines who are afraid, masculines who have been used, masculines who have been, who have been caught up in, all kinds of things that then they're, of the physical realm, instead of, learning how to master and build themselves and develop themselves in the physical realm, they're turned to all the lower vibrational negative things of the physical realm. So when the feminine comes along, he's either judging her, he's not ready for her, he's afraid of her, he's hanging on to everything that he's built materially. He's made to believe that women are just there to, take and bring them a whole bunch of unrest and chaos. They're no longer a source of guidance and peace and love and calm. And they've done everything possible to also make sure that the woman, the feminines, are as underdeveloped and, as spiritually deficient as possible, so that men can't even, have trust or look to their feminines as a source of, or as a place of solace, as a place of guidance, as a place of peace, as a place that they can actually turn to. So, there's a lot to consider and recognize in how they've strategically mixed everything up and turned everything against each other. And when we can, start becoming more aware of these things and, drop our egos a little bit and also just recognize where those things are actually directly affecting us, right? How is that affecting you as a man and as a woman? Where are these things a problem for you? Where do these things have you misaligned? And it can be triggering. It can be triggering. Where have these things that you've been programmed into, led you into, relationships and situations that have become nightmares in your life that you're stuck to? And now the time comes for your divine, or I don't want to say divine, well, yes, time comes for your masculine to come in, time comes for your feminine to come in. And now you've got nightmares that you were supposed to grow out of attached to you. You've got children with people that that were meant to be left in your past, that were meant to just be a moment in time. They're now stuck to you, and you've dragged them along. Either way, the universe is creative and will use those people as a way to strengthen, the bond between a masculine and feminine. But there are many things to consider with us becoming cognizant and aware and accountable in where we have aligned our lives to things that we want and completely neglected what we need. And some people don't even know how to recognize what they need because they're so focused and wrapped up in what it is that they want. And they're so attached to what they want that their egos and their self-worth have become dependent on them attaining what it is they've been programmed to want, and that they're going to be, accepted by within their external environment. that they have no problem completely neglecting what they need. They're incapable of even recognizing what it is they could possibly need within the next person, within someone else. So you block your blessing. The universe could have prepared a woman or a man for you, perfectly just for you. But because you're caught up with everything on the outside, you're caught up with what is on somebody, you're caught up with how their appearance is aligned to what the system has programmed into you as beautiful, programmed into you as attractive, programmed into you as acceptable. That everything that is in somebody that has been prepared for you, the universe brings, you neglect, and you just spit in the universe's face, you spit in your ancestors' face, you spit in the face of the divine. Neglecting higher level soul contracts that we've come into this realm to fulfill with one another. Tearing down, with rejection, tearing down with your words, tearing down with your negative thinking and your negative thoughts. Something that was designed and made for you. Something that has been made abundant to help fill the areas within you where you have lack. Let's pull ourselves together, family. Okay. Recognize that life is there's a lot more to our experience than just the physical, than just the things you get yourself busied with every single day. You're not just born and die. That's not, no, okay? And learn to value the things that are inside people. Learn to recognize things that are valuable. And best believe, if someone is meant for you, the universe will make sure that you eventually act on it. If someone or something is meant for you, for your future, for your growth, for your development, to lift you up, to be a support, whatever it might be, to be a friend, maybe you just really need someone in your life who is just a contrast, something different, a different vibration to everything else you have around. Maybe that's the key to you moving away and releasing things that the universe has been trying to get you to move out of and move towards. But if you're going to just judge people and throw them away off of what you see on them or don't see on them based off of your own distorted mind and programming of the system, you're going to throw your blessings away and then wonder why life is so hard. Wonder why you're not catching a break when something in the next person was designed and made and being brought to you on a silver platter, because that's what if it's for you, the universe will bring it on a silver platter. And if your programming and your fear and your worry and your lack and your concerns about what the outside world is going to think, what the outside world has to say about how you make your decisions in your life, how you mold your decisions, things will be brought to you on a silver platter by the universe. And when it's for you, it'll be here. They will not give you until you act on what the universe has for you, until you act on a soul contract, until you act on what is for your next step forward that is meant for you, that the divine has brought to you, a manifestation you have brought into your life, not even realizing that someone might be what you've manifested. It might not come in the packaging that you've imagined, but if you've communicated to the universe things that you require and that you need within a person or hope for within an experience with a person, it might be inside them. The universe isn't aligned, doesn't care about the physical. It's what's inside. And if it's for you, and you don't act on it, you won't have peace until you move onto your path. You'll be unhappy, you'll be depressed, things won't work out, you'll be losing here and losing there and whatever it might be, because maybe the next step in life requires the energy of the next person, requires what is inside the next person to bring you into alignment, and something within you bring them into alignment in another place. That's how the universe and the divine work. There'll be something in you that person needs to move into their next stage, and you need what's within them to move into your next chapter. Even if it's just the energy, someone's energy can uplift and open up an opportunity for you in another area and space of your life. That's the activation you needed. Someone's presence, someone's influence, peace someone brings. They might bring peace to your life that opens up and brings, that opens your perspective up to something that maybe all the stress from an experience before kept you closed off from. You never know, right? Everything I've said before, it's multidimensional. It's not just black and white. And if you struggle recognizing what is for you, best believe the universe will it'll be there, it'll be in your face, it'll be on your mind, it'll be the thing you go to sleep thinking about, it'll be the thing you wake up thinking about, it'll be the thing distracting you from work, it'll be until you actually make the choice, make the adjustment, have the engagement, look in that direction. Everything of your mind and of your ego will try to pull you away. Everything that you fear will try to pull you away, your insecurities. But no, if it's of a higher dimensional nature, it will plague your mind, it'll plague your energy, it'll plague your experience. They will drown you in the energy and it'll only calm down once you've actually moved onto the path and the direction you need to go. Things will become difficult for you. And that's how you know there is something bigger working, something grander and of a higher divine nature that is trying to guide you. Okay? Again, I'm going to say it. Don't work against yourself. It's in the next person, not on them. Okay? Know what is good for you, know what isn't good for you. Recognize if what's in a person is not making you feel, is not elevating you, is not supporting you, is not encouraging you, is not inspiring you, is not moving you into a place that, is helping you transform. It's not for you. If it's bringing you down, if it's binding you, if it's restricting you, if it's trying to own you, it's not for you. Okay? That's insecurity, that's fear. All of that is insecurity and fear and lack. The universe is not binding. Everything of the system breeds binding in different ways and shapes and forms. But let me just calm down now, okay? And let me pull a card. Okay, because I can, again, it's another one of those topics I can just go on and on and on, and I won't find my full stop. Anyway, let me pull a card. I'm pulling today from the Ascender Masters deck. I tried to pull out of this deck in the last video, but somehow the video cut. Whatever. Anyway, let me keep moving. Let's see what Spirit has to support our conversation, or give somebody who's watching our video a nudge in a specific direction. Okay, Spirit, can I please have one card? Nothing? Knock? Okay. Got it. Can I please have one card, Spirit? Thank you. Teacher. Okay. This is one of those things. where hopefully it switches on a light, it gives another perspective, and you get to teach your children as well. Everything they're exposed to on the phone, everything you're exposed to on the phone, on the screen, on whatever it is, it's all molding your mind in some way that pulls you away from the things that you need and that are good for you. So be open to learn. Be open to learn and understand and get to know what is in somebody else, because you might just need it. It might just be the thing or the person that you need to move into your next chapter, to move into your next alignment. Okay? Have an open heart. Don't be so harsh on people. Don't be harsh. Okay? Because there's something in every single person that you can learn from. Whether it's them being in their lower aspects and their, karmic, nature, or whether they're in their higher aspects. You will know what you're aligning to, and you'll know what the next person and your experience with them is in your life to awaken you to grow you out of, to grow you into. But you'll only understand that if you're tapped into yourself and you're aligned and you're understanding what you need and what it is that you want. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what the book has to say. For teacher. And the ascendant master is, Mahachohan Ragogsi. Okay. Excuse me, I never know if I'm saying that correctly. Teacher. The book says, this card is about learning and teaching. You've learned a lot from your experiences and relationships, and now it's time to pass that knowledge along to others. Your current situation is bringing you opportunities for spiritual growth and teaching you some important life lessons. As soon as you understand and accept these lessons, old patterns will drop away and be replaced by wonderful new experiences. Additional meanings for this card. This person or situation is bringing you important life lessons. What have I been saying? It's in the person, not on them, okay? Ask yourself, what's the blessing that this situation has brought to me? Your life purpose involves teaching. Forgive a teacher from your past. You are urged to teach others. Okay? So, yeah, this video has gone on for a while. And, I hope it's resonated. And if it has, like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, family? Bye.